What's going on, guys? It's your boy Andy Matrix. I'm back with another video following Jesus Christ. So, for today's videos, we're going to talk about Hollywood celebrities being Christians again. It seems like nowadays everybody is becoming a Christian. And I started to notice this about, when was it? I think it was a little bit after the pandemic, after 2020. And I think I know why a lot of celebrities are becoming Christian. I think it is intentional. I think it's being done on purpose. I think it is being done on purpose. Um, if you ask me, I honestly don't think that a lot of these conversions are honest or genuine. Let me explain. So, look, a lot of these celebrities, we know, because of the Epstein files, we know that a lot of these celebrities, they have connections with each other. They have connections with politicians. They have connections with rich people, billionaires. I mean, there's rappers that hang out with Elon Musk. I mean, if you know Kanye West hangs out with Elon Musk. He has a close connection with Elon Musk. uh, so all these celebrities, they, whatever they do is because somebody is telling them to do it. you know if we go back to what happened with P Diddy, right? With P Diddy, we found out that in order to get into the industry, right, you cannot get into the industry without, let's just say, spreading your cheeks. Okay, let's just put it that way. Just for to be professional. Unless you spread your cheeks, P Diddy's not going to give you a deal to become a famous person, musician, movie actor, whatever, right? So it has to be done that way. It has to be done that way. That's the pattern. In order for you to become super duper famous, you have to go through somebody. You have to go through somebody. And so a lot of these celebrities, they know that we are in the end times. Okay. They know that we are in the end times. That's why they're converting to Christianity, right? That's why they're like, they're making all these announcements. They're making it public. They're making it known that they are becoming Christian, right? That that they are, because I mean, if you look at the things that they did, right? If you look at the things they did, the way that they lived their life, you know, it's the way that they lived their life. It's they lived a life of what's the word? Of hedonism, right? And you can tell that they're basically going to be like a lukewarm Christian that doesn't read the Bible. Yeah, they'll go to church, they'll show up to church, give money, maybe give some donations, but they do not read their Bible. Okay, they do not read the Bible. This is the kind of Christians that they are going to be, right? Um, this is the kind of Christian that they are going to be. So a lot of these leaders, right? A lot of these pastors, a lot of these leaders, the elites, they know that something is happening in the world, that we are in the end time, so they gotta get serious. But most importantly, they gotta get your attention. They gotta take your attention away from God towards them, because that's what they do. They're celebrities. They are stars. The stars, the fallen angels, stars, right? They are stars. Why do we call celebrities stars? You ever wonder about that? You ever wondered? And do they really believe in Jesus? Do they really believe in Jesus? Do they believe in God? But what God exactly? Right? And I think it is performative. Now, are some of them truly Christian or truly followers of Jesus Christ? I say yes. I say yes. And honestly, at this point in time, there should be like a different name for people who follow Jesus Christ, who are obedient to Jesus Christ, as opposed to just claiming to be a Christian. Because Taylor Swift claims to be a Christian, but then she'll do a concert, doing witchcraft on stage. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're a Christian, all right. So just get ready, because there is going to be a deception. I already see it. There is going to be a deception of all these celebrities trying to get your attention, right? And I will use what's his name, Jordan Peterson as an example, right? I'll use Jordan Peterson as an example because he claimed to be a Christian, But then when somebody asked him, hey, do you believe in what God do you believe? He was too afraid or too prideful or too stubborn to say Jesus Christ.
Do you think there is a God?
I'm terrified that there might be, Pierce. How's that? And I'm not trying to be a smartass when I'm making that comment either. Like they say, it's an Old Testament saying, I believe, that the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, and that is actually about as true a statement as you could manage in such a short phrase. I'll stake my life on the proposition that God exists. How's that?
Well,
is that an answer?
Well,
that's the right answer.
I would ask you, here's my supplementary. Do you ever pray?
Always.
Who do you pray to?
The spirit that protects you from hell.
But that, many people would say, is God.
Hey, sounds good to me.
So these are the kind of Christians that we're going to see. And that is why, the people who believe, who obey Jesus Christ, and the people who claim to be Christians should be separate, who should be separated, because they should be separated, because like if you are not going to be obedient to Jesus, then what's the point? You're making the whole world know that you're a Christian, but do you obey God? Do you obey Jesus Christ? Do you obey him? Are you loyal to him? So I think they're just doing this because they know that it's the end times, and they got to find other ways to get your attention. And there's a massive amount of people around the world that are converting to Christianity. They're becoming Catholics. They're becoming, I don't know. I know that in the Arabian countries, right? In the Arabian countries, there's a huge conversion, a huge switch from Muslims to Christians, right? And so there's a huge awakening. There's a huge revival, right? God calls it a revival. There's a huge revival happening. So, to celebrities is just a trend, but to real Christians, this is is an awakening. It's an awakening. Like, are you on the side of God, or are you of Yahuwah? His real name, by the way, his real name. Are you on the side of Yahuwah, or are you on the side of the mainstream media, the trend? Are you just converting because it's popular, or are you serious about Jesus Christ? But hey, whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. It's your boy Andy Matrix. Godspeed.